What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Hustle with JesseW, and today we're going to talk about a few stocks that are pretty popular right now. We're going to jump into the charts and check those out. SNDL, GME, AMC, RKT. Check it out. Guys, let's jump into this video here. I'm going to talk about GME, AMC, SNDL, and RKT. We're going to jump into the charts, and this is just going to be a purely technical analysis video. I've done some fundamental and technical analysis videos on all of these before. You can check through last week videos and the week before, and you'll see some more of the fundamental stuff. But here we're just going to strictly jump into the technical analysis portion of these charts and see where they might end up this week. All right, these are stocks that a lot of people are looking at, and I want to just go ahead and cover some of these. All right, before we do me a quick favor, smash the like button for me and subscribe to the channel. Really helps out with the algorithm tremendously, and you don't want to miss out on any future videos, so make sure you do that. Comment in the comment section below, let me know which one of these is your favorite stock and what you think it might do. Now let's go ahead and jump into the charts right here real quick and see where we are at. Okay, so here we go. Now GME is the very first one we're going to go over because this one's everyone's favorite right now. And I'll tell you what, guys, with the exception of this day here, I mean, GME has really just started to catch people's attention again. Okay, it has. And the reason is because it's already kind of filled this gap here. All right, this is the first thing. All right, nobody thought, and I didn't think, that GME would get back up over 100 and hold. I said in one of my videos, one of the very first videos, that most of these pops through 100 would get sold into, and it was that way for quite a little while. But now we've began to hold the $100 level. Okay, now we've begun to hold the $100 level, and that changes things a little bit because those who are short this stock are now probably getting a little bit uncomfortable because they want the stock underneath 100. There's no doubt about that. Right? You want this stock underneath 100 if you're short it. But we've broken through the $100 level. We've gapped up above it. All right, by that breakthrough here. That breakout happened via a gap up. That gap up has held. Okay, and it's held on big volume. There was a lot of selling on this day right here, on this push up upwards of 200. A lot of selling took place. Most people thought, and including myself, I thought that it would just re-break 100 and just start to fade again, as we've seen happen time and time again in similar setups. But this time it's held. It's held this $100 level as support thus far. Okay, now the volume on this bounce off of 100, I'll tell you right now, is weak. It's very, very weak volume, and typically speaking, I wouldn't put a whole lot of emphasis on it holding 100. Right? But since it is a cult stock right now, all right, it can go any which direction, of course. Things that make me think the move is potentially done, and then I'll go over things that make me think it might still have a shot at squeezing. So the first thing that makes me think the move might be done is typically you see there's a gap fill here. It's filled this gap on that day. Typically, after a stock fills that gap, okay, it kind of starts to lose the hype because technical traders look at it as if in the gap filled, that was the play, I'm done with it. So now what I feel has potentially happened here is you've sucked in a whole new crowd that missed this huge run up, and now they're like, see, you know, it's going to go now. And I'll tell you what, if it continues to hold $100, shorts are going to start to get a little uncomfortable, and we could see a pop through 200. We could. I think it's possible. Do I still think it's likely? Not so much. But if this thing holds above 100 for another few days, the possibility is going to increase. And if it does get up over 200 and hold, then, I mean, I hate to say it, but you could definitely see it over 300 right after that. So I think that this stock still has a lot to fight in order to get to those levels, and it still is more likely to dump back underneath 100 versus getting up over 200-300. But I think now it's a lot more possible than it's been since this whole drop happened, because we've reclaimed that $100 level. So that's what I would look at. I would look at to see at this point now 100 needs to hold and 200 needs to break and hold. If the 100 gets violated and it comes back down here, you know, you could see it test this 50-day moving average, and then I think eventually it just fades, right? But if it continues to hold 100 and if they bust out with some crazy news, we could see this thing squeeze again. It's just the nature of the beast. Now the next one, all right, we're gonna go over is AMC. AMC is a little bit less of a hype one at this point right now, but I'm gonna tell you something that's not hype and it's working really, really well. It's downloading the Webull app, funding your account with $100, you get 2 free stocks. That equates to free money, and it's a lot easier than getting than your stimulus check. So make sure you take advantage of that. Now AMC right here, the thing with AMC is that you have the gap fill upwards of over $13. The closest I've gotten to it's 11 bucks. AMC doesn't have the same hype as GME does, and it also doesn't have the same amount of shorts, but AMC, I think AMC has more likelihood of coming back down to that $6 to $5 level than it's squeezing. However, if GME squeezes, then you can see what's known as sympathy plays, okay? For those of you who are new to the market, you'll see a lot of these stocks will start moving together. That's called sympathy moves or sympathy momentum. And it happens when you have like crazy squeezes like that. You'll see stocks all start to move in tandem. Not necessarily, usually that are in the same sector, but not necessarily, because like you can see, these aren't in the same sectors. You have SNDL as well, RKT as well. What happens here is just, in this case, it's a meme stock, right? It's a whole Wall Street bets thing. So they'll start to move together, and it'll be a sympathy play more than likely that you'll see take place here. If you're very new to the market and these words are a little bit alien to you, check out the free course. I'm gonna drop it down there in the description section and in the comment section. You can download that free course and go through it and get familiar with the market. Now on AMC, I think it needs to continue holding this $7.50 to $7 level. If it continues to hold that, you might get some pops here and there, but I think AMC more than likely comes back down here, especially if GME doesn't squeeze and test these 50 to 200, 100-day moving average. So you have a lot going on here, right? You got your 100, right? And the 450s, you got your 200 right underneath $5, and you got your 50-day just over $5. So I would expect that level to hold off as some good support in the meanwhile, okay? Then next you have SNDL. Now SNDL, I've made like 3 or 4 videos on this one, and look, not to toot my own horn, but I've been on point with all of those videos. I've caught a bunch of hate from the diamond hands, but I've been on point with all those videos, especially the one I put out on Thursday. All right, we've already broken underneath $1. Now, we have regained that $1.50-day moving average. All right, so as long as it can hold up above that level, I think SNDL has a shot to at least test the 140s, okay? You can see right here, the 140 is this previous top here. You have some previous bottoms here and here. All right, so you can definitely take a look and see if those levels get tested. So it's like $1, $1.40 level, makes for some decent little trades there. But if it does break underneath $1 again, it's like I said in that previous videos, we could easily see it get back down there to the 80s or even 70s. SNDL, I do not like at all, and I know I'm going to catch a bunch of hate for it, but I'm here to put out neutral content. I'm not giving you out emotion. I'm not giving you emotional levels. I'm not, oh my God, it's going to go to the moon. No. I'm giving you like actual neutral content based on factual levels. All right. So there you go. That's what I think about SNDL. And then lastly, we have the newest one, RKT. This one caught some hype because of Wall Street bets, and then it caught some hype because of press release saying that they were going to pay out, I think it was $1.11 dividend, special dividend. So, it squeezed up. It has a large, or had a large short position, up over 30% of the float was short, and it had a big squeeze up followed by a huge drop down. I did a video on this one. I said, guys, watch for that gap fill down to like that $24 to $25 level, and sure enough, we hit those levels. Now, if it continues to hold above 24, you have all of this. Look at this previous tops back here at 24, 24 right in here, 24 right in here. Okay, if it continues to hold those levels, you could see it kind of like bounce around a little bit, maybe between 24 to 28 bucks, right? And provide some little ranges there that one can trade. I would suspect that after the dividend payout, I would suspect we would see this creep back underneath 24. That's just me. You know, obviously after it pays out its dividend, the stock will drop by the dividend amount, but I suspect that there's going to be a lot of people who don't know that's how stocks work when they pay out their dividends, and they're going to panic sell a little bit. Okay, that's just what I think, because these stocks tend to bring on board a lot of new traders, a lot of new investors who don't understand how the market works, who don't understand how dividends work and stuff like that. So I think that's what might happen. It might drop even more so after the dividend payout, because people are going to be like, whoa, I just got paid my dividend, but why is the stock dropping? And then they're just going to exit it, and they're going to end up basically net neutral on that trade, if you will. Okay, so that's my thoughts. If you're one of those type of people who don't understand, make sure you check out that free course down there. Sign up for it. It's completely free access. You're gonna get a free course and familiarize yourself with the market. Let me know your thoughts on these stocks. Drop them in the comment section below. Remember to subscribe to the channel, smash the like button for me, and I'll catch you on the next one.